Hi Palash, welcome to our platform. First of all, congratulations from our end on your selection into IMC.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ajay. And
Uh,
thank you so much for having me over this Career Acceleration Mastermind series of interviews.
Thank you, Palash. Thank you for taking out the time and being a part of this. Palash, how are you feeling once the results were out?
Yeah, so to be honest, it's a very surreal feeling. So from the day the results have been announced, I have a sense of relief is there. So I'm very excited to join IIM Calcutta campus now and meet new friends and new people there. So yeah, I'm excited to start with my MBA journey.
Palash, take us through your journey. Where have you grown up? Where did you do your undergraduation? And how did you finally decide to do an MBA from top B schools in India?
Yeah, so I was brought up in a small town called Pusad in the state of Maharashtra. Okay, so in my family there was always a environment of education. Like the priority education was always the priority. So my father is a headmaster at a high school, and my mother is a housewife. So I have a sister. She is doing her BHMS at a college in Pune. So from childhood only, I was always engaged with many of the competitive exams that there are in the market, like Olympiads, then various talent search examination, and all those things. So from the beginning, I was there in the competitive environment. So after my 10th, I went to Hyderabad for my IIT coaching in Sri Chaitanya. So I couldn't get into IIT, but I made it into the very reputed college, College of Engineering, Pune. So I did my graduation there. So during graduation only in the third year of my engineering, uh, I had planned that I will do a post graduation for sure. So I have option like MTech, MS, or MBA. So talking with my seniors and other colleagues there, so I chose MBA to be my career because I was involved in various events at college. So I have developed skills like leadership, communication, and all those. So I thought this is the area where I want to grow my career ahead. So after that, I joined Mahindra Comviva in Bangalore. So I worked there for an year. In July 2019, I left Comviva. So till that time, I have given CAT two times. So with a little preparation. So I thought like I need to move ahead and do proper preparation for CAT so that I can get into a college of my dream. So I prepared for CAT from July to November. Like November, we had exams. Yeah, then we had interviews and all. Then now here it is like I will be joining IIM Calcutta now.
Palash, so you've given CAT, this is your third attempt at CAT. So when you were
Yes.
getting low scores or the scores weren't enough, how were you feeling? Were you feeling that CAT is not something for me, or what were you going through during those times when you could not get a good score to make it to the IIMs?
Yeah, so for my first attempt, I just filled the form. Like I was sure that I need to get some experience in a corporate company. So I just filled the form to get the feel of how the CAT is conducted and all that thing, like how the paper is. I didn't prepare anything for that, so I scored a very low percentile of 70. So after that, I prepared for CAT with work while working. So I couldn't give that much time because till September I had training sessions in my company. So those are mandatory session and those were for 6 days a week. And those very rigorous sessions because I came from a non-IT background and I was working in a software company. So it was also a priority for me at that time. So prepared for CAT for only 2 months. So that was the time very difficult for me to manage all those things with work. So somehow I managed and scored around 94. So I got calls from few IIMs, but uh, that was there. Those were not the colleges which I was aiming for. So in July 19, I decided that I will quit my job and prepare rigorously for CAT 2019. Yeah. So during those uh, low scores, I was sure that I was not preparing well. That's why the score were coming. It was not like I had a self doubt or something. Like I always knew that that is the thing for me. Yeah. So,
Uh, so, uh, so you left your job in July, and then there are a few months before CAT. So, how was this journey of 4 5 months? how were your mocks going? Did you do enough mock examinations before the CAT? How was the journey from July to November?
Yeah, so leaving the job was not very easy. So I was always supported by my parents and my friends throughout the journey in CAT. So when I started preparing for, like I started from as if from basic. So I didn't go, I didn't rush into mocks for very early. For 1.5 months, I prepared like topic-wise questions and solving different types of questions. So after that, I started giving mocks in around August end or September starting somewhat there. So initially, I was getting low scores, but I just thought them as like I thought of learning from those mocks, not taking those scores very seriously. Instead, I focused on the mistakes that I was making. So eventually, I started like resolving those mistakes, and by October, I started getting the high scores in mocks. So yeah, so this how like eventually you will progress. It's not like from first mock you will get the high scores which you are aiming for.
Very well said, Palash. I think yeah, a lot of people get dejected when they're giving the initial mocks, and mocks are given by very less people as compared to the CAT, so that cannot be like
Yes,
a
yes.
real projection. So mocks are
Yeah, I
something for
gave.
your own
Yeah,
self-analysis rather than comparison.
exactly, exactly. Like you don't have to rush into mocks. You have to analyze each and every mock that you give, and try to give as many mocks as you can, but analyze thoroughly. Like your mistakes will only lead to progress, not like giving mocks just for the sake of it. It's not important. It's important that you give your each and every mock as if it is your main CAT exam.
Correct, correct. So, Palash, so your CAT results were out, and then there will be very little time between the results and then WAT and actual PIs that happen. So, how did you prepare for your written ability tests or AWTs and personal interviews?
So CAT exam happened on last Sunday of November. So the key was already out after 2 to 3 days. So I was excited. I knew that I have done well in CAT, but there was always a fear. Like since you until you see your marks, there is always a sense of fear inside you. So I had an exam of IFT on the 1st of December. So till then, I didn't want to disturb my mental state, so I didn't check my CAT score. So as soon as I gave my exam of IFT, I checked my CAT score, and uh, at that like after 1 week, I started preparing for VAT and PI. So I knew that I will get all the calls that I'm aiming for, and I started asking my seniors who were already doing MBA in all these colleges, and I started talking to my mentors. So I started taking help from them, like what all I should prepare, and I started from HR questions first. Then I was also reading newspaper daily at that time. I read now also, but that time I was reading seriously. So yeah, you should start your preparation early for VAT PI because the interview dates are very close to each other. So you don't get much time between the interview dates. So you should start preparing from December itself.
And Palash, I've seen a lot of people, they do very well in CAT, but then what happens is by the time they reach a WATPA, unless they're naturally good at communicating or unless they're naturally good at the general awareness questions that usually come up, it becomes kind of difficult. So, do you think it would be a bit better if they parallelly allot some kind of time, maybe a few hours in a week, so that they'll be on par with their general awareness questions, and also a
Yeah.
few introspect, I mean, spending some time introspecting about the personal interview questions? Do you think would that help the aspirants to some extent once the results are out and once they're scoring well?
Yeah, but there is also a thing that first you have to ace CAT for getting those calls. And regarding this general awareness thing, so you usually read newspapers. So it's not like it's not a new thing. It's just that you will be asked questions on those. So uh, with CAT also you can read news and know about your surroundings, but you can't actually focus on that thing because main focus should be CAT before the exam happens. After that, the VAT PI should be the focus. So yeah, and also communication, it's not a big deal because it's not like that naturally people are not good at it, but they can be like, with practice they can improve their communication and all.
Well said, Palash. So, Palash, our college, our friends, and our mentors play a very important role in the journey that we are taking. So, can you tell how your college, how your friends at your college or at your workplace, and what kind of mentors you had? So, just take us through those points.
Yes, yes. So I studied in College of Engineering. So we have like the pool which comes at College of Engineering is the cream layer of Maharashtra. So I had good friends around me. So all of them have their own ambitions. All of them were passionate. So I had a very good group which was preparing for CAT 2019. Few of them are going for their few of them are going to IIMS and other are going to the premier business schools in India. So they like those group that group has always helped me, like, and also my mentors. So I had joined a local coaching institute in Pune. So my mentors are always there for helping me in my mistakes, and also they you need your friends and mentors to keep your moral high. Like there are times when you go get low phase of your in that period, but at that time your friends and your mentors will play a vital role in your preparation.
Yeah, well said, Palash. I think to keep up the moral high, we definitely our friends and especially the mentors play an important role. So, Palash, what would your advice be to someone right now who is preparing for CAT 2020, who is aiming for the top E schools? What would your advice be? What kind of things that they should be doing or they should not be doing?
Yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of things like this MBA process is not a very, it's not a cakewalk actually. It will get you through ups and downs for sure. What advice I have is during your downs, just focus on learning and always keep your moral high. Don't lose your confidence, so that because that is what is important, because that will keep uh, that will help you in gaining the progress which is necessary, because at the end you have to perform in the main cat exam, not in all the mocks you have to perform. So yeah, so that are the things which you should focus on. And also do take help from every person which you think can advise you. And also don't overwhelm yourself with a lot of advices, because that will unnecessarily confuse you. So always ask advice from like perfect people, like from right people you should take advice. uh, yeah, that's all I can say. More or less it's like you should keep your focus, nevertheless what happens in your surrounding, like even in ups and downs always keep your focus on cat.
And also, Palash, for your personal interviews practice, how were you approaching your personal interviews practice? Were you asking your help of your friends and your anyway your mentors at the institute would be helping? Did you also practice enough number of mock personal interviews?
Yeah, I have attended mock interviews. So I joined two of the coachings for that. So I've attended around 5 to 6 mock interviews before my actual PI started. So also it's like a process where you learn from each PI you give. So from each PI you know come to know that these are my mistakes and these are the areas which I am not confident yet, and these are the areas which I have to work upon. So it's like a progressive thing. So yeah, mock interviews are very important, but because they tell you like how you say it, how you communicate, how you should talk, and what are the areas that you should prepare well. And they grill you on something, they grill you on your journey to your all of your journey, like on your work ex on general awareness. So it gives a little feeling of the main personal interview. So that's why mock interviews are very important.
Thank you, Palash. I think you've shared some pretty good insights, like telling that it's a progressive thing, both for CAT preparation or PI preparation. And don't get bogged down by the mock scores. The real performance has to happen in the CAT. These are all for your self-analysis, for your improvement and all. And the same you have shared with the PI as well. Thank you,
Yes.
Palash. Thank you for taking out the time and sharing these. We hope that these will definitely be helpful to people who are currently in the same journey as you were last year. Thank you, Palash, and all the best to you. And we hope you're going to have a great time at IIM Calcutta.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Ajay. And I would like to congratulate you also for taking this initiative. This is a very good initiative, actually. And all the best to all the CAT aspirants. And I hope I came to see few of them in the IAMS or in the corporate, which I'll be joining soon. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Palas. Thanks.